right, everybody. Good morning. Sunday morning, April 11th. And as always, I just want to come and bring something spiritually nourishing to you. And I'm going to try to. That sounds kind of high and lofty. Before I get into what I want to share, please check out our new episode about steadfastness. It's being very well received. Really appreciate it. You can find it on Rumble, YouTube, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Flawcast CLE on Rumble and YouTube. It's Flawed Inc. Our website's flawedinc.com. You can catch all my daily Flawed vlogs there. And I'm just going to kind of want to get into this. And I'm going to share one verse. It's 1 Corinthians 10:13. This is from the Message Bible. It says, "No test or temptation that comes your way is beyond the course of what others have had to face. All you need to remember is that God will never let you down. He'll never let you be pushed past your limit. He'll always be there to help you come through it." And I really want to talk about the idea of no test or temptation that what we face in our individual lives is not uncommon. What I'm facing in my life right now, the personal, the deep, intimate struggles that I don't really tell people, is not uncommon. And I think with all the falseness and the lies and the purposeful division that's happened through the last year, one of the horrible side effects that, in my personal opinion, is far long lasting, it's far going to be more detrimental than any medical dictatorship that's been occurring, is the idea of being isolated. It's the idea that I'm alone, no one cares, I'm locked down like a prisoner in a penitentiary in my house for no reason. And there's this imposed mandate of isolation. But what I really want to talk about is that God is faithful, that he's not going to push us. He's not going to put us to a limit. He's not going to take us to that edge. And what I want to encourage people with today is that what you're going through right now is hard, and it might be overwhelming, and it might seem as if there's not going to be an end. And I'm actually speaking to myself because I'm just, frankly, just struggling with stuff. And it's the idea of trying to remember that God is there in the midst, and we have to seek him. We have to call out to him. We have to know that. And I'm being the first to admit and be open and honest. It doesn't always feel like that, but our feelings betray us. Our feelings mislead us. And right now in culture, it's like, oh, this is my truth. This is my feeling. And, like, feelings are valid. I mean, I feel this, this, and this. But maybe there's no substantial evidence to support that feeling. Maybe it's a ruse. Maybe it's, to quote the Ghetto Boys, my mom playing tricks on me. God will never let you down. He'll never let you be pushed past your limits. He'll always be there to help you come through it. And that does choke me up, because as much as I believe in self-reliance and rugged individualism, I also understand that there's times in the human experience, and there's times as just simply being a man or woman, a man and a woman, that as being a human, you deal with circumstances that you don't have. I often use this example. I just feel like this rudderless ship. You got the masts up and the sails, and you're going along, but it's like sometimes you just feel like you're being pushed and propelled in directions that are beyond your control. And I understand that. And like sometimes you're planning on this and you're like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm trying, I'm doing, in your mind you think you're doing good, and then something will come up, or you'll run into a situation or a circumstance, and it's like, I'm right back at it again. And it's defeating. And it's purposefully defeating. And it feels that way. And the hardest thing in my life to do, honestly, is to believe that I have value and that I have worth and that people care what I have to say. Not that I need to be looked at like some of my heroes, like Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, or any of these kind of guys, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt. No, that's not what I mean. That I have trouble finding the value in me, that have living a life always, from my parents to peers to even like people that have taken vows and sworn oaths to never betray me, have stabbed me in the back. And I'm bringing this to light because many people suffer through these things. Many people suffer through addictions that are, self defeating, and it's like you can't get over this. Let me share this with you again. No test or temptation that comes your way is beyond the course of that which others have had to face. No test or temptation that comes your way is beyond the course of that which others have had to face. No thing, no person, no situation, no circumstance is beyond what other people have faced, and others have overcome, others have been defeated, and others have surrendered. I want to encourage you this day that as we continue on in this verse, it says, all you need to remember is that God will never let you down. He'll never let you be pushed past your limit. He'll always be there to help you through it. So with that being said, as you are facing your tests, as you are facing your temptations and your trials and your tribulations, do that knowing that the Almighty is closer than a whisper away, and that you can't do that until you get near Him.